Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Time Sweeps podcast. I'm Gary.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Connor, and this week we're talking about world records, weird and just general world records.
And we're back.
On video.
On video. Welcome back.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We're trying it again.
Hopefully things work out.
Yeah.
But if they don't, we're liars. So, start off with some nerd news. Moon Knight came out.
Yeah, first episode of Moon Knight came out last Wednesday.
They need more episodes. I'm confused.
I'm actually quite excited to see where they go with the show because they're kind of doing things a lot differently than they did in the comic books, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot different.
Yeah.
Like Stephen Grant's a bit more of a shrew of a person.
He's kind of more like a shy and like confused on what he's like doing with his life.
And I mean, I think the confusion makes definite sense in terms of.
I'm sure it's
full
gonna. I'm
personality
sure the
thing.
character arc will be good.
Well,
Yeah, I think
and
it's
he's
gonna loop
talking.
around.
Well, and he's talking to his mom, so we know he's the original, right?
No,
We don't.
I don't think
Mark Spector's the original. That part I'm still confused about. The mom
My theory
part.
about that is that he's calling just no one. And
Yeah, I
it's kinda
thought
like
about that too because Mark Spector's is the original personality.
Or what would be cool is if he's calling someone and like all his voicemails are on like a file somewhere, because we don't know that his mom actually answered that one phone call.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Because he could have just been in a voicemail again.
Yeah, but it sounded like he was answering questions.
That's true. It did.
Yeah, I watched it this
So
morning.
what if he's
because
just in
I
his
didn't want
head?
you guys to kill me. Maybe.
Because it's a thing in the comics that Moon Knight's like he's like the comic was written out like he was doing a team up with Captain America, Wolverine, and Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then it turns out they were all figments of his personality. He made them in his head and was talking to them. So he he thought they were there, but they were not.
Well, that could be
this
what
sounds like
what's
some
happening
Legion
here.
crap.
I mean, I'm kind of excited to see Mr. Knight in this series, see what like that's going to be about, because I'm kind of confused how that's even going to be a thing in this show.
How
Yeah.
that's all going to work out with this version of Moon Knight.
And then
Is Mr. Knight the mercenary?
No,
that's Mark.
Mark Spector is the original personality in the Mercenary.
Okay.
You have the other personalities that are not Moon Knight or Mr. Knight that came off of there in the comics, and that is
There's only like two of
Stephen
them.
Grant and Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Jake Lockley was a cab driver in the comics, and Stephen Grant was a Bruce Wayne type. And then you have Mr. Knight, which is like a detective, suave,
Yeah.
neo-noir character, and then
So-
Moon Knight is...
I'm gonna go murder a werewolf!
Stephen Grant taking the place of Mark in this one?
No.
No.
Mark Spector
Mark
is
Spector's still in there.
In there.
Okay.
Stephen Grant is just changed for what he is.
Yeah.
He's normally a Bruce Wayne, and in
Okay.
this he's
Well, and I'm wondering if like Steven isn't even like this active until recently, because like what if we're only seeing like the recent thing, because Mark asked that girl out on the date, and that was during the daytime.
we were assuming it was Mark at least.
Right. It could have been Jake. Or
But
whatever.
Stephen has his whole life, like...
That's why this series we're all confused on what's happening.
Right.
And the rest of the series is going to be playing out, explaining how he got there, why he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay.
In the comics, the personalities are much more aware of each
Okay.
other, kind of a thing, to a certain margin.
Yeah.
They like work together. It's kind of like
And
that guy
Mark-
on TikTok.
Yeah, Mark Spector is normally the stressed out one. It's like,
You mean the one
sweet
with
Jesus,
DID?
what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They-
That's how DID works.
I know, but like the guy on TikTok has like his front five, like that all work together and kind of control the other ones, because he's
Yeah.
got like some 26 some odd ones.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know about him on
There
TikTok.
was they made a TikTok once where like they went into a car wash, and they're like one of the female one, I think her name's Ashley or something. She was like, we're gonna let one of the children come out to go through the car wash and see all the colors and stuff, and then you kind of just see him like,
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how he works.
Interesting.
If it's even true, there's always a part of me that just thinks that the people
Like
like
it-
that is like messing
they
with
could
me.
be exploiting the idea of the
Right.
actual
Yeah.
disorder.
Yeah.
I'll look into it. I don't know which TikToker this is, but I feel like if I look it up like that, it'll be easily found for me.
Yeah, the front five or the 5As or something. They all like all the front. I don't know. Something like that.
In recent news, we haven't watched the movie. I don't know if we will do a review on it.
Morbius.
It might be more like Eternals, where we see it possibly and just kind of talk about it.
I'm waiting till it goes on the streaming. I don't want to see that in
I don't-
theaters. I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to pay.
Oh,
for
I
that.
know. I want to pay to watch that.
You do.
Oh, it's
Why?
a fire, dude. I thrive on that kind of crap. There's a certain amount of pain that you get when watching it, and I like feeding off of it. I don't know what that means, but it's probably a problem.
You know a movie's bad when the guy from TikTok that's always screaming about stuff, Soups, I think's his name.
Like he talks.
He's
about
always
how
talking
he
about
likes
how
things.
all movies good, all the movies are good, and he's like, "This movie's kind of a disappointment." And I'm like, "Oh, this movie must be ass."
It must be awful. And I'm sorry. It's like it is.
Like, cause I heard bad things, but then like I was scrolling through TikTok and
when
he's
they
like,
hire Jared Leto, I don't want to be that guy. But it's like, how many chances are we going to give him?
I don't know.
Because it seems like he's had one truly good role out of everything that he has done. In Blade Runner, he's just Jared Leto. He wants to be Johnny Depp so bad, and he can't do it. And you've heard about the behind-the-scenes stuff from Morbius, right?
Yeah.
He was taught using crutches to get around everywhere because Michael Morbius, you know.
Yeah.
And then apparently it got to the point where he was, quote-unquote, method acting. Not at all how method acting works, by the way. Putting that out there. He was just walking around with crutches, and he was making it everyone else's problem kind of a thing. So they would have to halt parts of production so that way he could get from point A to point B. But during he'd do like his vampire superhero scenes, he'd go back to normal. So anytime he was off camera, he was using crutches. And it got to a point where he would go on these bathroom breaks, and it would take forever because he's using crutches.
He was using the handicap.
Oh, probably, but
Oh
still
my
not quite
God.
to the point. It's the crutches, because it gets better from there. They were getting production assistants to assist him in going to the bathroom by pushing him around in a wheelchair. That is not what they signed up for.
Jared.
I'm sorry.
Jared,
Method acting is
buddy.
when you do your research, kind of like how Adam Sandler did on Uncut Gems. As much
Yeah.
as I hate to say it, he understands how to act better than Jared Leto does.
Or
Yeah.
anything Christian Bale's ever done.
Yeah, he does a better job of
Or,
researching, getting into the role,
Like
and
Shia
fully
LaBeouf.
I mean, it's
understand-
one
not,
thing.
Not
To,
Shia
it's
LaBeouf.
one thing
Shia
to do.
LaBeouf.
It's one thing to do an accent the whole time you're
Right.
on a set
That's
because
one thing.
that prevents you from messing up and slipping out, and also just keeping yourself in the headspace.
And that's also different than what we understand method acting to be in terms of like published documents and
Yeah.
people talking about you need to do your research, look into how you do everything.
Yeah.
And like I was talking about with Uncut Gems, he talked to people, he did his research, he looked up what he needed to do,
Yeah.
and understand the role better. And you have people who are like Jared Leto, and he's like, I sent dead mice in a box to Margot Robbie with a
is the
bunch of
framing
used
better? Yeah.
condoms.
Okay.
It's like, dude, that's just sexual harassment.
Yeah.
He
That's
did
not
what to
method-
Margaret Robbie?
He sent her like dead mice and like used condoms and stuff during Suicide Squad.
Ew.
It's like he
Yeah.
did that to like everybody. He sent like a random box of just miscellaneous bullets to Will Smith. It's just like you're not method acting. You're just look at me, I'm Jared
mean-
Leto.
I mean, sending bullets to Will Smith. That's their slapstick comedy right there.
It is now.
Dun dun.
Dun. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah, was it?
God.
Did we talk about that on the last? No, that's
No.
happened.
No,
since
that's
then.
happened
since
since then. Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
Chris Rock got slapped. The Oscars happened. Dune took away quite a few Oscars. We've also had the Grammys since the last episode.
Yep, Olivia Rodrigo got named
which is
Artist
just
of the Year.
wrong.
No.
Or new best new artist of the year
Yeah,
or something.
best-
Okay, best new artist. Okay, your song did well enough. Fine, but
She released 2 songs right this year,
Like
or 2021.
technically
The-
an album, I
The
believe.
Good for
I
You, I
think.
Look Happy and Healthy, and then I got my driver's license last week.
Yeah, and
That song actually hits though. Not gonna lie, I like that song. The driver's license.
I'm
song.
so sorry. I hate it. I hate that song. It was on the radio too often, and that got to the point where I would drive without the radio.
Well, see,
on.
I haven't listened to the radio in about 3 years.
That's not better, Gary.
Like, I don't listen to the radio
yeah,
at
we
all.
have.
I'm
we
gonna
have
take you to
things
the
called
doctor.
Streaming services.
No, I have Spotify and Apple Music.
And you're still listening to Olivia
I have Apple
Rodrigo.
Music on a Samsung Wyatt.
That's its own problem.
No, I don't actually. But like, I have Spotify. Why would I listen to 40 songs that I don't want to listen to and one song that I do when I could just listen to all songs I want to?
Because there's a thing about it. Okay. My problem with this is still that you're like. Never mind. I don't want to get into this before I say something I'll regret and make someone upset. And when I say someone, I mostly mean one of you guys. I don't want to upset you guys. You guys, on the other hand, I am willing to upset. I don't like Olivia Rodrigo at all.
No, I mean,
All of her music should not have been made.
Okay.
It's all awful.
hot take.
Yeah, I was gonna say hot take. Most of the internet's with me, or a lot of the internet.
No, I think the live performance she had was abysmal.
Live perform. Oh, did she have a
Yeah.
live performance at the Grammys?
Not at the Grammys, but like she sang that "Happy and Healthy" song, and like everyone made a meme about like the autotune guy not putting it in the port, like the chord in the port, because like it was like happy and healthy, like in like.
You could be all. I wish it was like T-Pain, where you can turn off the autotune and it still sounds good.
Dude, T-Pain?
T-Pain can sing.
I don't know if you've ever seen his that freestyle that he had because he does live streams.
Yeah.
That freestyle he had one live stream, like that stuff is impressive to me because like he hit like every note, like that was crazy to me.
Yeah, like he's actually a talented singer. It's fantastic.
A lot of the OG rappers are.
Yeah.
It's the newer gen who are all autotune and all just like I don't like rap music, like especially newer gen rap music because it's all just like they're doing what we're doing, but they're doing it like this.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
like crap where
friends.
like Bo Burnham was making fun of for Kanye?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't fit my hand in a Pringles can. Like,
Yeah,
that kind of
that's
crap.
lame to me.
Mhm.
I don't like that.
I
There's
don't
some rap music that I'll get down with it, but usually the rap music has awesome beats or like is made by Eminem.
Listen to Kendrick Lamar.
No, like and like some like I get down with some rap music that like the underlying beat's good, like because like I'll listen to a song and not even listen to the words. I'll listen to the beat.
It's
to
just
it.
about vibing.
Like well and see me, I pretty much like any kind of music if I can get down with it, you know.
it's
Yeah.
about the vibe.
It's about the vibe. Thank you. But like if you're just talking bull crap the whole time, like all the lyrics are bull crap and you don't have any like
Yeah,
good
dude,
music, like
most of the lyrics
beats,
are. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
and like
I-
most things. Ever.
I recommend Kendrick Lamar for you. He won like a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not doubting that. I'm not saying I don't like all rap music. It's just that the dumb kind of rap music.
Personally, I would suggest to you MF Doom because he would fit more of the status quo of like genre, style, and reference material, and I think that you would enjoy it.
I'm a 50-year-old man on the inside because I like all the old country music, like 60s, 70s, and like 50s and
70s
40s.
took a dark turn.
Yeah, the 70s.
If we're going to the 50s, like whatever this weird area of like sounds kind of like funny because it sounds weird and it could be in a Western movie that's made really cheaply at the time. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then you also have Marty Robbins is like gunfighter ballads.
But then I like a lot of I don't know what the kind of genre is.
Big Iron, Connor. Big Iron.
I don't know what the genre. It's like a pop. It's kind of like pop something. I don't
Punk.
No.
Never say that again in this room.
I know.
No, I don't know what the genre is, but it's like kind of what Cosmo Sheldrake does.
Who?
He's like he's an artist that blew up on TikTok, but he's like he's in that kind of genre of music that I don't know what it's called, but like I like that kind of genre of music. I don't want to say indie because I feel like that's wrong.
Indie pop?
Like yeah.
Oh, where they have like that bubblegum sound and it's
Yeah.
made independently.
Yeah, or like
See,
just like
that's something that is a hot take I do want to get out real quick. I hate the idea that people are like, "Oh, pop music's a sound." No, pop means popular.
Yeah.
And punk and alternative means it's not supposed to be on the radio.
the reason-
and punk is supposed to be the
And
opposite
the reason
of pop.
pop is a genre is because people like to imitate sounds that are like
let's
go
just
big.
get
Right.
let's just
Yeah.
get one thing out, and we'll end our nerd news on this: is that Katy Perry's the best artist out there.
You're lucky I don't have a belt today.
You're right.
Connor, you got a belt?
No.
You're right.
Get it out.
It's Taylor Swift. Okay.
Out.
And moving on.
I like her more than Katy Perry as a person. I'll say that.
I mean, it's better than like some like older country, like beer and trucks and women and beer.
I lost my shirt at a turnpike.
And then I got shot by. Okay, I'm not
I
gonna
tried
make something
having
that right.
sex with a scarecrow. Yeah.
How'd that go? He turned it into the Jeepers Creepers guy, and you ended up.
And it turned out to be a pokey hoe.
I was gonna say we made the Wizard of Oz.
Anyway, so on to the actual topic of this week's episode. some weird world records are out
Yeah,
there.
we've been looking up some world records we thought might be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
Jack of the
records that are just for absolutely bizarre crap.
Right.
Okay.
I remember this one on a Dude Perfect episode. It was the furthest distance rolled on exercise balls.
Like continuous, like they have
Yeah.
a bunch of exercise balls.
Yeah. Why is that needed?
I don't
they
think
have a 40 some or 50 some odd 60 some odd exercise ball on a line, and they just roll across the top of them.
Well,
I don't think needed is the word.
well, my thing is, how
Longest Lego
How do
walk.
you make that record? Like, if someone's never attempted something before, right?
Right.
If someone's never attempted something before, technically any distance they make is the record.
Right.
If you're doing it officially and like sanctioned.
That's why you need to pick the weirdest crap you possibly can.
That could be like, I have the record for longest time touching an LED light in my basement.
Right. Like maybe not the basement part, but like an LED light for insert blank amount of time.
Right.
And now you hold a record, and someone's going to try to beat it. Like putting on the most T-shirts within 60 seconds. I don't remember the
Isn't
number
like
for
20
that.
some odd,
It's
30 some
yeah,
odd?
it's a bizarre amount of T-shirts to get on in 20 seconds, and I can only imagine
you-
it's extremely skinny
and
man.
then you'll break. And then you can try to break the record for fastest taking off 20 T-shirts.
Right. It's like the practice between these two things is like, is there a trade-off? That's what I've always been curious about with those kind of records specifically is like, are they also the fastest at taking it off? I need to know.
I need to know.
I want answers. And then you have other records that are like world's tallest man,
Right.
world's curliest toenail, world's longest
Look-
snake.
look-
Shout out to the Edge of Hell and Full Moon Productions in Kansas City, Missouri. They have Medusa the Snake, and it is 25 feet point something long.
That's a big snake.
It's a big snake. It's uncomfortable. I've met it in person.
The Missouri River isn't like the longest lake in
What?
Like the Missouri River, not longest lake, longest river, like longest river going from.
Like continuous down.
Yeah.
I don't. There's something about the Missouri River, and I don't remember what it is. And I don't think it's that one because I feel like that's the Amazon. But like,
Or the Nile or something.
I don't think it's the Nile. I know the Nile
Has something weird about it.
Well, other than the fact that it flows north too. There's a bunch of stuff that like. There's something about the Missouri River. I don't remember what the record is for that. That's its own subset of records that I've seen.
Muddiest river.
Is it Muddiest
No,
River?
I don't know. I was just making
That
it
might
up.
because it might be, but like people will just have these things that are like, how do you define that as a record when nothing can beat that?
Yeah, longest river in North America.
In North America,
Mhm.
really, the Mississippi is shorter than Missouri.
Yeah, I mean it goes from up in Montana all the way down to Missouri.
Interesting. So longest river in the North American area.
Yeah. Rising in the Rocky Mountains of eastern mountains of the southwest Montana, down to Missouri,
And doesn't it
and then ends in Illinois.
Oh.
Or like over by
St. Louis.
probably St. Louis. Yeah. I mean I'm looking at a really
The
really tiny map.
The
like-
junction point's in St. Louis, like right in front of the arch.
Mhm.
It meets up with the Mississippi, and then it goes out to the Gulf of Mexico. And then Snake River in Canada is what attaches to the Missouri River, and that's kind of where a lot of people are like, this is the origin point, or at least they were for a long time. Long time.
So we have a really big fish that I think is only in the Missouri River too.
Really big fish in the Missouri River.
Yeah, it's like a
Like, this fish is like a thing. Like
it's a
okay.
like it's a thing in the Missouri River.
Like, we have our own sea, or like river monster.
Yeah, it was on an episode of River Monsters. That's how I learned about it.
Oh, are you talking about that one garfish that's just super big for
Yeah,
no
and
good
it's like,
reason,
it's
and
super
it's just
long,
super
too.
disgusting?
It's kind of like a snake gar almost.
Yeah,
Like a
no.
snake.
I hate, like, that's the thing about gars. They get so weirdly large to a point where it's like they don't even look like they did originally, and they live for such a long time.
Mhm.
Like, within our lifetimes, they found a garfish that had a scar mark from a bullet, and are like, "Oh, we should take the bullet out." They found out it was a lead ball.
Really?
It gets better, so they date it, thinking that some weirdo was just doing stuff. No, it dated back to the 1860s.
That's awesome.
This fish was shot during the American Civil War.
That's awesome.
So this fish lived long enough with a bullet in the middle of its back that it got from who knows what in the American
And it
Civil
was
War
probably
era.
older than that in the Civil War
Oh, it
to
would
be
have
able
had
to
to
take a
have been.
gunshot.
To be able to
Right.
take a gunshot and live, it couldn't
Yeah.
have been a baby.
Right. Like this is not like
They need to take
guards
scale.
are weird.
They
fish.
need to take scales from it and like carbon date it.
I think like you
yeah,
can
but
find the
scales
age
like
of
just
it.
shed off of fish.
That's true.
Every couple of years.
But
I
you can
think.
still find out how old it is to a certain degree
Yeah.
because its DNA is still going to be able to. Well, not DNA. There's some.
Was it an alligator
genetic
gar?
mem- I think so. I don't know what other kind of guards
Got
live
shot
around in the
this
rivers in
American
North
Civil
America.
War. God.
The bullet dated back to the 1860s.
That's fantastic.
It's insane to me. But it's like like I was saying, there's weird records, like longest river in North America.
yeah.
Some people consider that to be a record versus just a point blank fact.
Mhm.
A record means that it can be broken.
Well, like, yeah.
It said that they only lived to like 50.
I swear, this was a story I remember being told for like years. That it was this gar that got shot with a Civil War bullet, and it like was like they found it.
Was it new old stock and shot by a freaking?
I have no idea. Does new old stock exist for 1800s bullets?
If you find it in a like underneath like a floorboard in your house, if your house is that old.
That's one hell of a house. Like,
mean,
like
The
I
White
swear.
House is older than that.
I mean, yeah, the White House is older than that, but like, okay, there's not bullets stored in the like floorboards of the White. Okay, there's not bullets from the 1800s
I know.
stored
I'm
in the floorboards of the
joking.
1800s.
I was just bullshitting.
I am sure that one of the floorboards in the White House probably has some stash of bullets in it somewhere.
Well,
though.
yeah,
It's
secret,
the White
for the Secret
House.
Service, yeah.
Well, did you know
They give the president himself a gun.
that the world's longest poop was 26 feet?
Funny you say that. Here, let me
By
pull it back up.
who?
By Ann Arbor. Wait, no, that was Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm stupid.
By Ann Arbor.
The entire
Damn, was
town.
she big?
It was a woman though in 1995. A woman in Ann Arbor. I wouldn't want my name on that too if I was a woman.
No, I kind of do. I like. Let's say, you make that. That's
It's like-
insane.
It's like,
I wonder if this is gonna
Do
sound
you
really gross
train
to
for
say
that?
this, but like,
is it like
was
that
the
South Park
poop
episode?
like thin or like
yeah,
was the poop?
that's
thick?
another question. Like the density.
Like.
Well, we're about to get into somewhere that we've not gone on
Yeah,
this
this
podcast before.
this is
There-
weird.
We're gonna get to South Park levels of poo.
There's a question of like it's that long. Okay, let's use it.
26 foot.
Let's not get.
let's use Adventure Time for this example
Oh,
instead
dear
of South
Lord.
Park. You remember the episode where they're in the maze and they're about to get the psychic tandem war elephant,
Yes, I
Yeah.
do
And
remember
and Jake
Yeah.
stretches himself super thin
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
because he keeps going longer.
that. Right, because he gets stuck somewhere.
Right.
Uh-huh.
He keeps getting stuck at certain points, and it's also a maze, so going around corners.
Mm-hmm.
If you stretch something,
No, that's what it was. He had himself so they could find their way back to the entrance. That's what it was. He didn't get stuck.
it's just like how much stretching does something like it has to displace.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the density of this human fecal log? I want answers to these
Human
questions.
fecal log.
You're welcome.
Holy crap!
Did you look up the density?
No, I looked up the longest fart.
Now I'm scared.
Exactly 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
I heard
Man,
two,
almost-
and I was ready for it to be hours, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Have you ever farted for longer than like 5 seconds in your life?
I don't want to answer that.
because
How
like
bloated you gotta be?
I don't know. You fart for 2 minutes.
2 minutes solid.
Just
That's like some Adam Sandler movie level of just like not.
It's like revving the engines, yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine like that would be a funny movie scene. Just like sitting there, like say we're having a conversation.
There's like a
just,
ton
like,
of there is a
It's
ton
like an
of
old
movie
cow,
scenes
just like an
that.
old cowboy guy, like with a big old mustache, like
You know that's been in like countless movies.
just letting out a fart just while keeping eye
I'm
contact.
sure there's like 6 Jack Black movies that have that exact joke.
Yeah, but like
Don't
for
come
2
at me
minutes.
for my Tenacious D, the movie.
I don't know if it's in Tenacious D, but I'm
just
sure
saying
there's
he's
been
a
like, he's a man, he's a shiny golden gun. But like it's funny that you brought that up, and we might as well get all these ones out of like at the same time.
Yeah.
Just right at the beginning, real strong for everybody.
right at the beginning.
So in 2013, a 20-year-old woman from Chembur, India, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not entirely sure, had to have surgery to remove a football-sized fecal mass.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say ball of hair because
No,
that's a thing too.
That is a thing. 45 days without a bowel movement.
45 days.
That's a month and a half, ballpark.
Yeah.
Without one singular bowel movement.
In India?
In India. I'm not sure what part of region Chamber
Having
India is.
Indian food and you don't.
Well, I understand it's more normal because they eat Indian food constantly.
Well, yeah, but still.
It's like if I all of a sudden change my diet to only, like, curry. That would be a
God.
problem.
God.
But, like, if we gave them, I don't know, like, what's a neutral...
Cheeseburger.
That's what I was trying to...
Wait.
You see what I'm saying? Hot wings. American
yeah.
hot wings. Because they're not going
Oh.
to be as spicy, but it's going to be different
Yeah.
to a certain extent,
And,
ballpark.
and also it's something they could.
Right, that's what I was trying to say without, like,
Yeah.
because of the...
Yeah, because they can't eat cow. Yeah.
Depending on the person, depending on the area, region, and part of India. For the most part, we understand that...
You
Yeah.
were trying to find something kosher.
Yeah, something more
something
equivalent,
kosher.
I guess is what I
Say
would be
something
saying.
kosher?
Yeah.
I like that.
They are all Jewish.
I like that.
We're going to
like-
move on out of this joke.
All right, so the
Before I
world's,
really get super
the world's tallest man ever recorded, not the living,
ever recorded.
was 8'11". That's literally almost 9 foot tall. With shoes, this man is 9 foot tall.
Hold on. That sounds familiar.
His name was...
What was the world's tallest woman? Because she was
Didn't-
very close to that,
Didn't
too.
they get married?
No.
No. I think she married, like, the world's shortest
He was born in...
man. I
He
don't
was
know.
born in, like... The world's tallest man was born in, like, 1911.
World's
like,
tallest woman.
Like, not... Like, 1910. Like, some...
Lady Dimitrescu.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Sandra Elaine Allen. She died in 2008. She was born in 1955. This is not the person I was thinking, but she was Guinness World Record's tallest woman in the world. She was 7 feet and 7 inches.
7'7"?
That's a foot taller
yeah,
than you, Gary.
7'7".
Yeah, that's a foot taller than me. That's like that's taller than Shaquille O'Neal. Like, think about that.
A
So
woman that Shaquille O'Neal would have to look up to.
Robert
Damn.
Waldo was the guy's name, and he was 8'11". He was born in 1918 and died in 1940.
1940?
Yeah.
Here, I'm trying to find this one lady because I remember
Whoa.
learning about her.
He died on my birthday in 1940.
That's a coincidence right there. I remember a story, like, if from elementary school. there
And he's
was,
from
like, a book.
Illinois too.
Interesting.
He's not great. He's like a grandpa.
He's related. Tall woman from
No, that'd be funny though.
Missouri. Because I remember being... I said tall woman from, and then Resident Evil was the first thing. Yeah, Ella Ewing. Ewing?
She's from here?
Ewing. Yeah. And I'm trying to find her exact height.
Well, the tallest living man, he's from
Okay, she was only
Stan.
7'4".
7'4".
She was 3 inches off from the official record.
I think that's there's a 7-foot girl in the WNBA right now.
Is she above 7'4"?
No, she's
she
not.
beats Ella Ewing.
Yeah, the tallest living man is Sultan Kosin or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures
yeah,
of him.
and he does tours and stuff with the world's shortest
Yeah.
woman. Yeah, he's 8'2".
8'2".
Mm-hmm.
Man,
So like,
I remember
imagine
seeing
being
pictures of him like
8
sitting on a couch,
foot,
and he's
bro.
just like, it looks like a cartoon.
It looks like freaking Marmaduke sitting next to Chihuahuas.
that's how
Yes.
tall I could. That's how tall me. Like I probably am like a little bit over that.
Like with your
Like
hand.
with my all the way up. Like, and
Everything's still recording.
Yeah.
Okay?
he was born in, and he's from Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I for some reason thought he was born in, not Turkey. It's close to Turkey,
Hungary?
relatively. No,
I thought he was from a stan. And that little.
he's on.
A s-
Where is Beirut?
Beirut.
The city of Beirut. I don't remember what country that is right now. That's where I thought he was from originally.
I can't remember.
Is that Jordan or is it the one next to Jordan? Beirut.
I am.
Beirut.
Beirut, I believe is the spelling. I'm not 100% sure on that. There could be E
Is
at the end.
capital of the Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Lebanon, yeah.
I thought he was from Lebanon. Because I remember Beirut, but I can never remember the actual country name.
Yeah.
Don't know why I remember the city name.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
8'2" though.
Yeah, 8'2".
That's crazy.
Like, understand, if Gary is 6'7",
Yeah.
That's and 6'3" can be intimidating to a lot of people, and that's shorter than Gary.
Mm-hmm.
A solid 4 inches shorter. So take that, add even more above Gary, and then that's what people are seeing with this guy.
Yeah.
And he'd will just tour around
And like
walk around and
but like you gotta know, like when you're 8'2", you're not only tall, all your your hands are massive. You have thicker arms than most people, like thicker legs
Right,
than most
and
people,
he'll
just to be
look
able to stand.
and he'll look super thin, but it's still thicker.
Yeah, and I bet I don't know, I don't think this lists how much he weighs, but I bet like this guy, like both these tall dudes were skinny dudes, but I bet they weigh more.
Their
way more.
skeletons have to weigh so much, and like it's just like it's almost incomprehensible, even though they're just a standard, normal, living human being.
Yeah. A shin bone's
I mean,
probably the size
I
of
wouldn't
baseball
be
bats.
surprised at all if they weighed like 400 some odd pounds.
And then you also have like their clothes; they have to get things tailored because they're so much taller.
Shoes specially made.
Yeah, and that like shoes are already expensive. Imagine having a foot that's so big that you have to get a shoe
and think about being
custom
born in
made.
like 1918 and having to get shoes custom made.
That's almost normal at that point,
Right.
though. But you can't do it
But,
at
like-
your hometown cobbler.
Right.
You have to go find some dude in like I don't know, London, England, who specializes in this thing, and he invested with this guy, and then they can get the primest, richest leather, and they're the only person that understands that they need to make a shoe this big with this amount of volume, so that way you can walk around normally without being barefoot.
Hmm.
Because cobblers. And that's cobblers, I'm coming for you.
This guy Robert Waldo, the world's tallest man ever recorded. He wore a size 37.
37.
AA. I don't
Yeah.
know what the AA means.
I don't know either.
But
Compare that to Gary. Say your shoe size.
I wear a 17, which is big for my height, cuz like I know there's people taller than me that have smaller feet than me, and there's but like so like I wear a 17, but like Shaq, he's 7'1". This
Yeah.
guy's over a foot taller than him. He wears a 23 or something like that.
You were like, it is doubling.
It's almost
so much.
unfathomable. It's almost like the redwood forests in up in California. You don't know how big that is until you're standing in front of it. So Robert Waldo weighed 439 pounds, and he was a skinny little dude.
Yep.
But like, that's
Yeah.
just
Did he tour with Barnum and Bailey?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Because I feel like he might have been the tall Irish or something like that, but I can't remember. Because I thought that was a thing that Barnum and Bailey Circus had around this time period too. Because they would have all sorts.
I
of
do know
stuff.
that he had like a special car that basically they just took out the front seat and like
They just gave him the back seat.
yeah.
But that's also a good branch of like all these records. Imagine if we started doing like, well, publicizing we did do that, but like all these records we have, all this bizarre random stuff, like the most push-ups someone can do with one arm while on top of sea urchins,
Yeah.
or some crap. That all really originates with like the quote-unquote sideshows. Like where you'd find Robert Wadlow or Waldo? Wadlow.
Waldo. Where is he? We don't know.
Yeah, in the ground now.
Dead. But the tallest man, he's so that was kind of dumb.
He's been dead for 100 years. Well, 80 years.
Damn.
82.
Alrighty then, folks.
Start with poop, now we're here.
Dead tall dudes.
Dead tall men and poop. Only two things are guaranteed in life. It's dead tall people and poop.
Ooh, that'd be a good record to look up. World's biggest foot.
World's biggest foot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hobbit or something, like a legitimate hobbit.
Oh no, Robert Waldo.
Wow, really?
Yep, 33 AA.
That's not as spectacular as I
Damn.
was hoping. What does the AA mean exactly?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I don't wear that.
I mean,
I just wear a normal 17.
I feel like AA is probably like, this is the end. We're not making any
There
more
is
shoe
no
sizes.
more.
If you have a foot bigger than this, you're screwed. We're sorry.
But you have all these like different things that happen in like all these like hairy come on down the street and see the world's hairiest woman. It's like, how many of those existed? How many of them were truly the hairiest woman in the world? Well, I mean, one of them had to be the hairiest.
Shots.
I mean,
it's the width.
It's the width?
Yeah. So it goes up to quadruple A. So I don't know who has really wide feet, but
who has a?
I think I'm really I wear a 17 shoe, but I think I'm really like a 16 wide.
That would make sense
because I just have and like my feet are flat, so I think the 17 just gives me a little more room. But like my toes are the right place, so I don't know. I have big feet. That's all I know.
I mean, there are surgeries to fix flat-footedness. They just suck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I already have knee and back pain. It's too late. So the world's heaviest man. The world's heaviest man was like some odd 1,000 pounds. 1,400 pounds. This guy was.
God.
John Browner Minoch or something.
Minoch?
Something.
I don't even know how to pronounce it.
God.
He had children.
Minnoch.
Before or after he got really big?
I couldn't tell you because this man is dead. And he was married.
Does it say his children's names? You can probably click them and it'll tell you when they're born.
I do not know.
It just says children?
635 kilograms. Yeah, it just says children.
Damn.
Too. Born March. Or no, that might have been when he died.
Is there a picture of what he looks like?
Yeah, but I don't have it.
All right. If we're editing, however this goes up, we could probably try to throw up one on there on the screen, maybe.
Well, bam.
Hopefully, yeah. Maybe there's one there. Oh my lord!
Yeah, it
looks like a balloon. That's not okay.
Damn.
But his head looks normal.
Well, yeah, your head.
He was 6'1".
Your head doesn't grow.
Yeah, your head still has body fat though.
Look at Tammy, bro. She has fat on her forehead.
You've seen like the My 500
No, but this was a guy that probably actually had to do stuff daily. So I bet like he could walk, which is crazy.
Right? Yeah, this wasn't a time period where like
it was an option to sit on your butt all day.
Like even in the sideshow, you still would have had to like get up and get ready to move towns and stuff.
He probably had a lot.
He was born in 1941.
True.
Because you have to have a lot of muscle mass.
He has to, move it.
Pick himself up.
He was born in 1941 and died in 1983.
So that was 42?
Yeah.
Only 42
years old. But like if you're living like that,
you'd have a heart attack because of cholesterol, yeah.
That like
heaviest person ever recorded.
Did he have like a glandular problem?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is large.
That's like
what? Like unfathomably
that's like
large,
almost
like
like
a redwood tree.
Yeah, that's almost 5 me's.
Yeah, no.
Let me pull back up something I was gonna talk about. Okay, so this happens a lot too. I don't understand how. I don't know how you test this other than literally pulling on it and seeing who has the most elasticity. Stretchiest skin.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you afraid of there, Connor?
Okay.
What were you afraid of?
Nothing.
Explain to us in grave detail what you were afraid of.
And tell everyone at home what you were afraid of. Tell your mother.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen those guys who like could stretch their weenus down to here?
Yeah. And I don't know, like how. I want to know the gauge.
I think I could
to measure the elasticity of that.
I think I may have a record for widest tongue. Or
I think you
put
may
myself
be
in the
mistaken.
running because like the it was only like 4 or 5 something inches. I think I have that beat, or I'm pretty close. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
World's widest tongue.
I think it was like 5.5 inches.
All right. So, but you have like a bunch of stuff like that where it's like it feels like, is this something that we can truly have as a record because it's just a biological agent of just this one person? Like you could train to beat certain records.
But like
it's just like
world's tallest man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't beat that. You can't train to be over 8
Oh,
foot.
it's only 3.27 inches.
You're joking.
No. It looks like that.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the world's widest tongue.
You got a tape measure?
No.
You got a tape measure?
Not in here.
Well,
anyway,
we'll figure that out. We'll update you next week. We'll update you upon the day of this upload.
That could be a short.
Measuring
how wide my tongue is.
It's just like 30 seconds of us trying to hold you down as we measure your tongue.
All right, I'm going to check.
Stay still. Stay still.
Hold him down.
We're at 41 minutes. So,
really?
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty synced up on you too.
Dude.
Sweet.
Yeah. What's another absurd recurd? That's what they call it on.
Absurd recurd.
Ermagerd.
On Dude Perfect, they have a segment on their they have that talk show that they do, and one of the segments is called Absurd Recurds, and they break absurd records from Guinness's book.
Interesting.
One of them was a world's longest Lego walk, where they walked on Legos for their whole length of their warehouse, basically.
How many feet? How many feet is it, Gary? I want to know.
Longest Lego.
I think
walk.
I could beat it. I'm cocky enough.
140 feet on Legos.
I'll do it. I'll do 141.
Then they'll just go back on the next episode and walk 2 more feet.
They'll need a bigger warehouse, Connor.
That could be a fun thing, breaking Dude Perfect's records, because
we can.
we can.
Specific, I don't know if we could do the balls.
No, I can't. I mean, Connor maybe.
Yeah.
What?
We're gonna lube you up and throw you down some yoga balls.
They went down 60 odd yoga balls.
No.
We're gonna shave you and lube you.
He went at
No.
it's pretty impressive to watch, honestly, because he's like,
because it sounds completely absurd to look at.
it's an absurd recurd, Wyatt.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
Just the image of a grown man sliding down a bunch of yoga balls, going down.
It's pretty funny.
It's much more funny if you assume he's going at Mach 3.
No, he goes at a slow and steady pace, which I didn't even think was possible to do.
And you gotta keep balance while doing it too.
Right.
That's
How do you stay
that's like a
balanced?
small scale wipeout.
Yeah. So it's okay, maybe this is more possible than I think it is. How far was it?
I can tell you that. It was 60 yoga balls. It was
60 yoga balls. Let's say they're
it was corner to corner of their warehouse or something.
2.5 feet in diameter ish.
And he slid on them?
Yeah. The whole way without falling off.
Was there
Connor, do you think you have the core strength to stay that balanced?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
What if I give you $1?
No.
Check this.
All right.
So this
It was
guy,
worth a shot, guys.
this dude holds the record for most Guinness World Records, right?
I see.
Alright.
He has
Go on.
set more than 600 records,
Lord.
and he still holds 531.
I see.
And he's
What?
been setting records since 1979.
What?
Dang.
His name is Astrita Furman. Ashrita Furman.
Connor might know how to pronounce it. Ashrita?
I'm sure his friends call him Ash.
I'm sure.
Ashrita Furman.
But
I don't know how else to pronounce it.
he's 67, and he was born
World
in
record
Brooklyn,
for-
New York.
World record for most pronunciations of your first name.
Oh, I'm sure it's probably someone named Caitlin. Or Katie. Or Elijah.
Or Kirsten.
Aaron. That one, yeah, I can think of more off the bat for the name
Pronunciations?
Kirsten.
Yeah, well, so my sister always got Kirsten or Kristen, and I'm like, how do you get Kristen? Because it's spelled K-E-E.
Right. There is a clear difference in how it's spelled. It's Kier. Chris.
Literally just it's how it's pronounced. I don't. And same with my last name. It's literally
Right. It's
my last name is spelled just like it's.
that's
said.
what it sounds like.
I remember substitute teachers while we were in school saying, Gary Morning.
And we were always back to back, and they would always mess up both of our last names.
I know.
It's what I don't understand.
And then they get to Wyatt, and they're like, Wyatt?
yeah, no, most people don't bother. And what's even worse?
Your name is spelled like mine. It's it sounds just like it's spelled.
Zirkel. It is circle with
Yeah.
a Z
Yes.
and a K, and it throws people off. In German, it's supposed to be pronounced different.
Yours is probably the only one that I could understand people messing up.
Yeah.
But because it's not spelled but you can figure it out by how
Yeah.
it's spelled.
Yeah.
It's just What I don't get is people that mispronounce my first name, looking at it, and it's how why at? It's not like someone with an accent just being condensing it to one syllable if they have a southern accent or being somewhere else.
What?
They just look at it and they're like, what? Why? We
Wyatt?
and
woo.
people that misspell you know high school theater, right?
Yeah.
They have people that do reviewers.
Reviewers.
Reviews. So we have
Paul, where are you?
we have a friend.
I was about to say
We have Larry, our friend Larry.
Uh-huh.
And you know
He has a very Italian last name.
Right. So they print out and they write their reviews and they print it out or not print, but they publish them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Larry's name was spelled in full, completely correct. Each review. And then on this show specifically, I believe it was Peter and the Starcatcher, like our sophomore year in high
I remember
school,
I recorded it.
Yeah. Every review has Larry's name spelled 100% correct.
Yes.
You had people spelling my name. There was five solid reviews. Each one misspelled my name.
Seriously.
In 5 different ways.
Wow.
My favorite one was literally circle, like CIRCLE.
Yeah.
Cycle.
Cycle.
I don't even know where they got cycle. Zerks with an S. One of them misspelled Wyatt, WIATT, and then Zirkle without an E, so that one's just a typo.
Zirkle.
And then you had someone who put the E before the L. Also, slightly more understanding, I guess.
Fair. Like, still within, like, the German laws of pronunciation, kind of.
Not exactly, because so like in German, like my name and your name, the end E would be pronounced A, like Zirkla.
Yeah.
Meinke.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah?
I just came across
What
the best thing ever.
Did you now?
Biggest condom.
All right. How big is it? I'll bite.
At 72 feet.
Okay, so it's like a novelty.
Yeah.
Okay, I was expecting something like this dude, like, wore
Chuck
it.
Norris probably got some good use out of it.
Chuck Norris.
No, have you seen the video? It's a spoof video of the guy with the world's biggest wang, and he like has to like carry it around.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And he's like, every time I get even just a little excited, I pass out from all the blood that rushes.
It's a constant struggle.
It's a constant struggle that I live with every day.
Everybody's like, oh, I'm sure it's awesome. No, it's a curse.
Longest continuous note on a wind or brass instrument is, okay. I read the last part and not the first part. It's only, but it's only a minute and 13 seconds.
Really?
But I wonder if it has to be over a certain decibel to be considered a note.
I would believe that because it has to be like a sustained
like a note. So like I wonder if it's
without like breathing in at any extent possible.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
I feel like that there has to
be
have
some
that.
rules because like if you play your instrument
right, there has to be like a certain.
And I wonder if it has to like your instrument probably has to be perfectly tuned and it has to be over a certain decimal.
And you have to have like someone with perfect pitch, or like someone with like
someone with a tuner.
Someone with a tuner.
A minute?
A minute 13 seconds.
What if I trained specifically to do that?
What if you train a monkey to specifically?
I mean,
do that?
Jordan.
Let's trade a monkey.
Jordan has a buddy that is training to do world's longest farts.
So he has to be.
And the way
2 minutes?
I don't know his name. I don't know the guy's name, but like
Dox him. Sorry.
Jordan told me that his buddy sent him a video. So like his buddy's strategy is to hold all of his farts in all day, and then when he gets home, he goes and sits on the toilet and just lets it out.
That's,
This sounds like a
he
South
waits
Park
for the
joke.
good acoustics.
Right. But like I would say he goes to sit on the toilet just in case he poops his pants.
That's probably
That's plausible too.
It's smart.
because
right?
no one wants to be the guy that. Like,
I'd want to do that in like an airport. Just like scare everyone.
That'd be
just
fun.
sitting there in the airport bathroom.
Largest
and that's all you
balloon
hear.
sculpture. Do you know this one?
It's probably like a massive dinosaur.
Nearly
or something.
4,000 balloons, nearly 72 feet wide, and nearly 37 feet tall.
What is it?
I don't know.
I know
Is it a T-Rex?
I know Cleveland made a
Clown
world record.
Clown-made balloon animals are common featured in children. David saw a bigger purpose. No, it doesn't say.
I know Cleveland released the most amount of balloons in one area,
like-
and they killed someone.
Excuse me.
Like there was a lot of balloons stuck.
What?
A lot of the balloons fell into like a lake or like somewhere, and someone fell off one of their boats, and they couldn't find them because
All the balloons.
all the balloons. There are many orange ones, like
Like a life vest.
like a life vest, and someone died.
You were kidding.
I am not.
That is the most convoluted way to die, too. I was expecting like something weird, like
I watched a documentary
choked on a
at, like,
balloon.
journalism festival in
my
high
Lord.
school. Yeah. Yeah.
so they got like they couldn't find him because there was too many orange balloons.
Uh huh.
That's mess. Imagine that being the way you go,
Yeah.
because the city
Ew.
of
Is this the guy you were talking about with
Cleveland.
the world's stretchiest
Yeah, that's
skin?
him with the stretchiest skin.
Yeah, like
That's like a.
yeah.
Ugh.
The main issue was like, it was like Cleveland. You know,
I
Cleveland.
thought
It's
this was the
not,
squeaky chair. Sorry.
Cleveland. I mean, I'm not gonna bash Cleveland. There's a lot of cool people come from Cleveland, but
It's Cleveland.
it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
There's
Ohio.
literally a song talking about
I was
Cleveland.
gonna say that it's Cleveland that has
Come
that,
on
right?
down, come on guys, it's
Come on
Cleveland
down,
time, everyone.
Cleveland. It's like all our fish have AIDS.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, they're
A parrot actually holds the world record for most amount of cans opened in 1 minute.
Neat.
A parrot does.
Parrot?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of parrot?
Like that kind.
Oh, so it's like a normal.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
really hoping it was
run-of-the-mill.
something crazy like that
Yeah.
one predatory parrot that has like a
Oh,
super
here's the
sharp beak.
tallest woman. Oh, longest legs. She's 6'10", but
So hold on, she has legs that are technically longer
her
than
legs measure at 53 inches, 135 centimeters, while her left leg, and while her right leg is 134 centimeters and 52 inches. And she's 6'10", and she is super skinny, dude.
So
well, you have to have
that would mean like the tallest woman technically didn't have the longest legs then too, wouldn't
Well,
it?
I think this is living or something. No, this is just having the world's longest legs. Hey,
Well-
lady, do those legs go all the way up?
Well, if she's only how tall was she?
It's
6 foot
It's the
10.
tone
6
in
foot
your voice
10?
that makes it just so much funnier to
she's
me.
probably not like her body isn't as proportionate as
That's what I'm
the
saying.
tallest
It's
woman
like-
in the world.
Well, see,
was.
that's what's weird is that, like, I don't know if it's just, like, how the genetically men and women are different. But, like, I feel like it's more common for men to be more proportional at bigger sizes than women are. Because, like, once women reach, like, that 6'5" and above state, like, they start to get,
Like sometimes
weirdly
the,
portioned,
the
you know?
proportions are slightly off.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you have a dude that's like 8 foot tall, just
Right.
way before that, like
But,
way
like,
ahead
those-
of like
that-
the average human extent.
That Robert Waldo, was that his first name? Whatever. Mr. Waldo, that was, like, he looked normally proportioned,
Well, that's-
but his
yeah.
legs were really long.
And
Yeah.
his arms kind
Um,
of had like a thing going on,
And then
like longer than his like sleeves, but that's because
right.
he's also
Fu-
super tall.
Right, we have to find a tailor in Illinois that will make a jacket for me.
And he's no one.
In Illinois. I don't know. He probably did a lot of traveling for the time,
yeah.
being that tall.
What time are we sitting at?
54 minutes.
54 minutes. Okay.
You good?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm just checking the time.
You can keep talking. I'm just looking through to find stuff.
All right. So.
I'll be honest. That a lot of my records that are pulling off of my head and off of my phone were kind of things that we've talked about, like world's tallest person. And you have all those other stuff that's like like most tattoos, and they measure that by how many hours it takes to put those tattoos on the body, apparently, and because usually a certain amount of hours you're going to run out of space.
Fair.
Which to me that makes sense.
Fair.
And then you
Well,
also
see,
have people like
because
the
that-
most amount of piercings or body modifications.
They go. You said the tattoos go off of hours and stuff.
Yeah.
So because like if say someone like me versus someone like Connor, like I have way more canvas
Right.
than
Well,
Connor
yeah.
does. So like if they were going off number of tattoos, like and then like you could have like 40 tattoos this big around, like to fill your body.
Right.
I said 40, but like you have tattoos that big around to fill your body up.
Like a bunch of quarter-sized tattoos.
Right.
And hell, you can
Most
stick
toothpicks
thing
in
up-
a beard.
get some tattoo ink, like just dip it and just go.
Right.
And
Like
that's
just imagine
technically a tattoo.
to a certain like a whole like stick and poke tattoo all over
You
your
can
body,
you can do a stick and poke of like a semicolon, and that's a tattoo.
just all over the body.
And just make yourself semicolon, man.
Real life
And
Rapunzel.
then you get colon cancer.
Real life Rapunzel.
No, her hair, but she has the record for world's longest hair at 5 feet 7 inches.
Oh, that reminds me.
That's
The world's longest
How
beard.
tall I am?
Her hair is as long as you are tall.
Well, I'm 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah,
So that's
and it's I don't know, shortest living male horse,
Excuse
22
me?
inches.
Wait, actually, I'm
oh
closer to 5'8", 5'9" now. I grew a little bit.
hell yeah. That's what matters in this world.
Smallest
Literally
bowl.
going up in places in this world.
Just a little bit.
Largest guitar amplifier, 10 feet 10 feet inches long and 8 feet tall and 4 feet wide.
So basically the amp from Back to the
From
Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. Literally just blasting Marty McFly all the way across the room.
Tallest hat, we got Doug Dimmadome in real life, 15 feet 9 inches tall.
How does it support itself?
You'd get knocked over by a wind gust. If
Yeah,
it, like was around.
Got Doug
If you got
Dimmadome.
like a chin strap
Doug
around it. just to
Dimmadome,
keep it
owner
on
of
your
Dimsdale
head.
Dimmadome.
If you had a chin strap around your head, like wind hitting it, you'd fall the hell over.
It would blow away.
Most weight lifted by Atlas stone lifts in 1 minute female is 1,189 pounds.
Damn.
And
Oh, that's a lot. That's too much to think about. Hey, how heavy was the heaviest man?
it didn't say the man's. It only showed the woman's.
No. I meant like how heavy was the heaviest man?
1,400.
Of 1,400 pounds.
How heavy was the stone?
1,100. But
Okay.
that's not the stone. I think it says most weight lifted by Atlas stone lifts in 1 minute. So I think that's over like a couple stones.
Oh, like multiple
Yeah.
stones.
right.
And
Like because the Atlas stone event, you go up in weight.
Right, like starting smaller and going up.
Right. The largest humanoid vehicle is 27 feet tall, 9 inches. 27 feet 9 inches tall.
Humanoid vehicle.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
Oh, a
Like
mech.
like a mech.
Oh, okay.
Like a Gundam, yeah.
Most consecutive pinky pull-ups is 36.
Ow. Ew. 36 pinky pull-ups.
Most victory royales in Fortnite, 509. I'm sure that's risen.
I'm sure it has to.
Fastest time to eat a bowl of pasta is 26 seconds.
How big?
Yeah, how big is the bowl?
I mean, the picture's
big-
that big.
I feel like there has to be like an actual picture. That can't
What's
be
the
it.
serving size of pasta? Isn't that variable by like the sauce?
Technically, the variable is depending on the pasta. There's different kinds of pasta.
We need to go to the Italians for this. Call Larry.
Yeah, we're
Call
calling Larry.
right now.
Skinniest waist.
6.
No, it says reduced than. I think it's eye-watering 38 centimeters. Yeah.
How many inches
But
is
it's
that?
a corset. It's in a corset. But like, still, that's kind of wacky to look at.
Yeah, that looks like an edited image, but it's not because
Yeah.
it's the record.
Longest tongue on a dog, and it's in a little.
It's one of those crusty little white dogs.
yeah. It's 4.5 inches.
This
Got the dog beat.
But like the dog's just walking around and the tongue is just flopping out of it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks sad to a certain extent because it's like, oh my, it's
My tongue is so dry.
Yeah,
I
it's
need
like-
water constantly.
like tripping
World's
over it.
Tallest dog
How-
was a Freddie the Great Dane.
Freddy.
named for the
Freddie!
world's he was a whopping 7'5"
Freddie!
on his back legs.
Excuse me.
7'5" on his back legs.
Holy crap!
And Freddie
That's
stole
taller than a
Freddie stole
Gary.
the title from Zeus, another Great Dane who measured at 7'1".
Both of them are taller than you.
Yeah, I mean,
How long
Caesar,
did
the
it
Great
live?
Dane I had, was like 6'4" on his hind legs.
Does it say how long the dog lived?
Probably like 3 years.
I was gonna say it's like 4.
Like 3. Those
Great-
dogs don't live very long as is. And
Right.
to have an above average Great Dane.
Yeah.
You got like a hyperspeed speed run.
The most needles
have a Great
inserted
Dane,
into
love
a
them.
head. No, don't love them because you'll lose them quickly.
I was gonna say it depends on how hard you love the dog.
Yeah.
There's
Wha-
a certain mark. Make sure that you care for it sufficiently,
What?
but if you get too attached, you're gonna cry harder.
Longest,
That's what we're trying to say.
Longest distance keeping a table lifted with teeth.
Excuse me, distance?
Dentists hate him.
Lifted with the teeth is 11 meters.
No. I'm still confused here.
With
What do you mean
I assume
distance
like he probably walked 11 meters or something
with the table?
with
in
a
his
table
mouth?
in his mouth.
11 meters.
11 meters.
Multiply that by
3,
3.3.
6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 33 feet.
Ballpark it.
35 feet.
Oh my lord, that's too much. How dense of a table and what are the odds?
I don't. If you do that, I will shit my pants.
I have a lot of questions because like this
I mean-
table, no, that's not gonna work.
Want to try? Want to try?
It was a wood table, I think.
Want to try lifting a table with your teeth for more than 12 yards?
Yeah, I have to beat like 11 yards. You know.
And on the note of carrying a table across the football field, it wasn't across the football field, but it was on. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Time Sweeps. Hopefully the video makes it to your eyes, and hopefully it's a little more entertaining for you guys. Hopefully coming soon, we'll be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and other streaming platforms.
Yep.
Hopefully soon, probably within the next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll have hopefully within that ballpark.
Don't quote me on that. But
So with that, expect probably a little bit of a change in how we talk about the podcast itself, like here at the
Yeah.
ending,
Yeah.
at the beginning, and somewhere in the middle. We'll probably say something like, hey, you can find us also here, here, and here. Make sure to follow us on here, Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, and so on. Just making sure it's a little bit more streamlined, like
Yep.
you'd see on other podcasts.
Yep.
yeah. So as of now, though, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Please make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Please make sure to ring that bell down below. It really helps us out. Make sure to go comment the secret word, which is...
Secret word is Beirut. The city named Beirut.
Beirut.
Make sure you spell it right, or it's wrong.
I'll find you.
Well, if you don't spell it right, Wyatt will come and find you. So thank you all, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.